It is the Rock Man back from the mountains in Colorado. The cabin we stayed in was absolutely gorgeous. The property, over 6 acres, I explored for free climbing on the rock faces and boulders. Very fun, a lot to do, breathtaking views from every angle. Front porch, that's over the front porch. The other side, the cabin was beautiful, had windows on every side so you could see all the mountain range. There's the skylight in the cabin, and that's the spot I took the picture from up there. This is the front yard, and I pulled the boulder from the spot I'm pulling it right now to carry it over because I thought it looked like a good size to use for some lifting. So I put it back in the same spot. Every time that I was done using it, I had 2 separate workouts with it. This is part of one of those workouts. This first lift being, I believe, the smoothest shoulder I caught on camera. Very nice. Would love to have 10 like that. This is sequential to the April 5th bench video I did. Was the last workout before I left, and I was pretty beat up in my shoulder, but I was able to pull out a strong workout with a lot of good lat engagement. Then the goal for this whole trip was to take the shoulder rock, which I never used, and I wanted to lift a stone, or as many stones as I could, for as many things as I could. I got to lift several natural stones. As you can see, there was no shortage of boulders to be found, excellent boulders. This one in the front yard, I thought that I would be able to climb by some sheer force of will without assistance, and there is absolutely no way. You have to be a mountain goat to walk up that boulder, or a bobcat could get up there, or maybe just a bar, who knows. But I really enjoyed the property. It's very spiritual being up in the mountains if you've never been, and the training that I did up there was, you can see how peaceful. Birds are singing, and it's just so quiet except for the wind. And that one was a high drop, just to mix it up and see if I could get it over the yoke, or how high of a rock you can get it onto, because I was doing that with the boulders too, and I took some boulders and was throwing them up onto other boulders, but I didn't get any of that on camera. This was the day I arrived. Monastery with a frozen lake, bald eagle flying overhead. I found in the snowdrifts this rock, and I said, I believe it's a weight that I can lap and get a good lift with, you know. So that is what I immediately did. This was after 14 hours in the car. And then the next day, hiking by a frozen waterfall in Rocky Mountain National Park, had this stone to shoulder PR. It was single digits, and the wind is whipping 50 miles an hour. I had to get a lift in. There's all kinds of boulders around. This area is very oddly, odd geography. It's like the bottom of a lake or ocean, with the stones are all tumbled. So I lifted a bunch of stones and warmed up, and lifted the heaviest stone to my shoulder. It's what I had been thinking about for days and days. So the altitude training that I did in the mountains with the cardio then helped me to be superhuman in the Badlands for hiking, and that part of the trip was awesome too.